Trackmania. How do I begin? So, racing games. They are not a stranger to me. Sorry, I'm not a stranger to racing games. I used to play them a lot when I was a kid. My dad owned a PlayStation 2 and owned all the black box Need for Speed games, you know, Most Wanted, Carbon, all them stuffs. I really enjoyed them, though I wasn't really good at them. Obviously, I was a very young kid back then, so things changed. I'm probably better at them now. But had this game thrust upon me with no consent. You know, a couple years later, couple years back, it was one of those Reddit stories or Reddit threads that would be read out loud with some gameplay in the background. It was like those press forward maps where you just let the game kind of drive the car itself, right? It's really fun to watch. I didn't really like think about it or think about the game really, but I think like last year or maybe even 2 years ago, started seeing other types of clips, like actual Trackmania clips from virtual, like many others would have. It would just start flooding the algorithm at that time. So obviously when I started seeing those clips, it was like, sure, let me just start playing this game now. Like, actually let me download this game and play it. I usually, when I see something interesting, I don't really try it out or shy away from it. But this is like one of those games that I just said, you know, fuck it, let's give it a try, see how it is. I started out pretty rough. Although I did come into it with surface level knowledge, like drifting, brake tapping, and speed sliding even. I knew about, you know, bug sliding and you know, drift timings, gear management, all that stuff. I knew about them, but though I wasn't at the level to be able to do them properly at that time. But it didn't really take me that long to kind of get the hang of the gameplay mechanics and started getting like good times on tracks. I did obviously start out absolute trash. I could not do any tracks without crashing a few times. It was a mess. And I also started out pretty slowly too, because I would only ever play it like once or twice per week when I had nothing else to play, because at that time it wasn't really clicking with me. Though I don't know what changed. I think at some point I just started booting it up almost daily. I think it was like me discovering track of the day. I was like, oh yeah, these are like tracks that change daily and the leaderboards get locked after a day. And that's where I really started grinding it out. I think that the appeal of the game kind of really resonated with me, because I used to play a lot of games that would lend itself to just being able to sit down and grind something. Like, I wouldn't have to worry about anything else other than the track that's in front of me. And I think me discovering that track of the day is a thing also helped me being able to enjoy the game, because now I've got one thing to do every day and it's always different. And I think subconsciously I really love that about video games. Recently, I think in the recent couple of months, I actually started like getting pretty damn good at the game. I started seeing myself at the top of my country's leaderboard and even snatching some top ones in there, and even getting author medal times on track of the day, which is, for me, is pretty damn hard. But the first time I ever did it was, you know, I was ecstatic. The gameplay that you're seeing right now is just all of my current author medal times on track of the days, and you can really see just how quickly I managed to pick up the game. And obviously because I started playing when I saw Virtual's clips, I started with keyboard but switched over to controller quite quickly because I don't know, it just felt better. Always a controller game with me, huh? But yeah, now that I'm starting to get in the hang of like advanced skills, bug sliding, no sliding, gear management, all that stuff, it's been just non-stop fun. And I don't even know like why I shied away from trying to play these interesting games that I see on my YouTube algorithm or my TikToks and the games that friends would recommend me, all that stuff. I would just say no, I don't want to spend the time to learn a new game or something like that. It's a pretty poisonous mindset to have, really. But honestly, give the thing that you have been thinking about trying for a long time, give it a try. Just for once, sit down and just give something a try. I don't know what kind of lesson I'm trying to give here, but there definitely is a lesson to be learned here, and that's just dip your toes into the unknown, I guess. Give it a try. Who knows? If you don't like it, then good. You've spent maybe an hour of your life figuring out that you don't like this certain thing, and you don't have to think about it ever again. But maybe one of those things you actually really enjoy. Like for me and Trackmania. And even, music. I started doing music a lot now in recent times. So I guess this is a lesson in not being afraid of trying things you see that are interesting to you. Just give it a try.